and I'm part of the Charter for Compassion staff family. Today is Thursday, May 11th. It is noon or 12 p.m. here where I am in Salt Lake City, Utah, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And today we're going to talk about the upcoming things that are happening with the Charter. And I have the pleasure to have Dr. Jennifer Wilhoit as our special guest today, who is the instructor for our upcoming course that begins this Monday, May 15th, called Compassionate Spiritual Ecology. So halfway into the show, we'll be joined by her. And thank you again for joining us. If you are watching from someplace in the world, wherever you are, let us know in the comments. We are currently live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And later on, we'll be posting this video on our Instagram feed as well. I want to remind you before we start with the different things that are our upcoming events. I want to remind you the power that we have to create ripples of compassion. And sometimes it all starts with sort of like throwing a rock in a still water pond, and how that rock is the thing that begins all these ripples. The same way could be an act of self-compassion into the pond in your chest or in your heart. And that could mean to tell yourself that you are enough, to tell yourself that you are beautiful and that you are perfect the way that you are. And that usually translates into feeling yourself very well with yourself, but also expands as ripples of compassion to other people around you and your communities. So hopefully you're treating yourself with care, with love, and know that you're special. So let's go and share my screen. As always, charterforcompassion.org. That's our website. You can look at the different things happening. Our event calendar, it feels a little bit empty, but there's plenty to do. So currently we have been going through we are participating on a virtual conference called Celebrating Life 2023. And this is with Age Nation. We have our own booth here that you can go to in the exhibit hall and check out the different partners that have been part of this virtual conference. And you can see right here our booth. Look at us. We look so cool here. So there's different links for our website here, but there's also different organizations. There's different programs to watch and videos that have been posted by different incredible thinkers around the world. So that is, I'll be putting the link on our chat, on our comments. This goes until May 14th, which is Sunday. So you can still enjoy this, and it's free to join and watch and participate in all the different events that are happening there. Next, this Saturday, we have the exciting new kind of global read, especially for kids. This is with the book We Are All Flowers, written by O'Sullivan, who is also our master for the Charter Sangha that happens every last Saturday of the month, where we meet and meditate and have a time for ourselves. So this is a wonderful book that is going to teach kids about the term of flower watering and how we're all flowers and how we all need to be watered. Kind of like what I was telling you about, have a little bit of love for ourselves and water other plants as well. So this is happening on Saturday, May 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can, in order for you to get there, you can either click on our calendar right here, Global Read. No, that's connected me. We Are All Flowers. Or you can go to Programs, Global Read, and go to We Are All Flowers again. Now, I think it is time to bring to our show Dr. Jennifer Wilhoit. Let me bring you up here. Stop sharing screen. Hey, hello. How are you?
Hi, Felipe. I'm well. I thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for joining us and for taking the time to share a little bit more about yourself, your background, and this wonderful course that is coming back this year. So yeah, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little about your education and your background, and how is it that you are now teaching this awesome course on compassionate spiritual ecology?
Sure. Thank you very much, Felipe. I'm Jennifer Wilhoit. I'm an author, a spiritual ecologist, and the founder of Two Arbor Stories. I have a strong background in environmental studies, looking at the relationship between creativity and connection with the natural world. And I work with people in all sorts of ways, usually through mentoring in various aspects of life transition or creative projects where people need support along the way. So those are kind of the things I do in my everyday life. Um, and I'm really, really, really excited to teach this course again. It ran for the first time. So I created this course, and it is a work of love and passion. It's how I live my life every day. And so I'm just thrilled to be able to have the opportunity to teach it again. The folks at the Compassion Education Institute asked me if I would teach it, design it, and teach it last September, which I did. It was a very successful class. And from that have sprung all kinds of wonderful things, like a brand new spiritual ecology training that I'm doing with folks now. And all of that is because the charter was willing to host this course. And then as soon as it was over, I was getting ready to travel abroad with my family, with my sisters last year, like the day after the course ended. And I got this email from the folks at CEI saying, any chance we can get you to commit before you get on the airplane to teach this course again? And I said,
Woo!
sure, great, right? So I was super excited about that. So now it's starting in just a couple of days, officially on Monday. And one thing I love so many things about this class, but one of the things I love is that it students get to go outside and do practical things that have to do with spiritual ecology. And if you don't know what spiritual ecology is, don't worry. In like, if you sign up for the class, you'll know in like the first 2 days of the class how we define it and sort of what the main components are. And also there's a really great long extensive write-up that Felipe just showed you on the Compassion Education Institute webpage that shows the whole outline of the course, but it's very, very hands-on, very practical. And the other thing I want to bring up, because I think some students don't know this, and it came up when I taught the course the first time, about 3 days into the course, one of the people said, oh, you mean it's an online course? You mean the instructor actually gives us feedback? It's not just us reading screen after screen of material or watching videos or whatever. And yes, so it's highly interactive. Students have opportunities to communicate with one another right there in the course platform. You'll get lots of feedback from me. And there are also 2 live Zoom recordings. And because we accommodate people from all time zones across the globe, those Zoom sessions that are live will be recorded. And usually we've gotten them posted just the day after they took place. CEI is really good about being very organized about that. And so we'll be able to get those recordings to folks who, have the Zoom recording happening at 4 a.m. their time or some time that they might not want to
Yeah,
actually be on a
those
live
events.
Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, Jennifer, just as you were asking, I mean, not to give us like the whole cake, right? But like, is the term spiritual ecology to me just like I remember the first time reading about it, I just like it grabbed my attention because I didn't think of ecology as a mixed with spirituality in a sense. And so, is
Mhm.
this a term that you came up with, or is this something that has been talked about by other people? Like, how did this begin? Like this spiritual ecology terminology?
So thank you for asking. That's a really important question, and soon we'll get an in-depth answer to that in the first week. But what I'll say right now for the people who are listening to the Facebook Live is that it's a field of study that kind of became named, and a book was put together that I'm not going to turn my back to you and show you, but a book that was published in 2013 that's an anthology of a lot of different people who are writing about things that have to do with spiritual ecology. So it was only that recently that the term kind of came to the fore and became known by people. It comes out of academia, conservation, and religion. Those are the 3 kind of fields that contributed to making spiritual ecology. And so as soon as I heard the term, I was like, whoa, this is what I've been doing for forever, basically. But I want to be really clear that there are there are people all over the globe who have been doing the kinds of practices and the kinds of thinking and the kinds of feeling, most importantly, that is involved with spiritual ecology thought for forever. And so just because it's given a name now, 10 or 11 years ago, is not to say that there aren't some threads that come from long ago that are very present in this course. And so it's just a way of framing that with the ecological crisis that we find ourselves in, namely climate change and all of the things related to that, that there is a spiritual dimension. I was just talking about this with a group of folks in my interfaith climate change circle last night. I was asked to present this piece of work, and I was saying, people from all faiths can be spiritual ecologists. If you don't have any religion or faith tradition, you can be a spiritual ecologist or embrace the ideas and the values associated with that. So it's really for anybody. It's not a religion, it's not the only way. It's just an approach to dealing with some of the issues that we see. The other thing I'll say is this is not a downer. When we say climate change, people like start freaking out. No, this I really want to help students be hopeful about this, that there are things we can do. There are things we can do that nourish ourselves and things that we do then that can nourish our communities. And compassion is definitely forefront of this course. And it's really, in my humble opinion, the only way to be a spiritual ecologist is to do it through this framework of compassion. So it's such a great match for the charter for me to be teaching this class. Was that
really,
way longer answer than you wanted?
oh no, that was so good. I'm all ears, I'm all eyes. Like this is perfect. So let me once again share my screen. So this is the page for Compassionate Spiritual Ecology course. So you can either access it on our calendar right here. Where is it? Oh, it's not actually on the calendar. Okay, so the way that you access programs, Charter Education Institute, and then you go down here and it is Compassionate Spiritual Ecology. Again, I will be posting this link on the chat, on the comments on the comments on our Facebook page or a subtweet. But just to give information, this begins this Monday, May 15th. It goes for 4 weeks. It is $40 of the cost. And as Dr. Jennifer said, we will have 2 1-hour Zoom sessions, right? And
Yes.
those will be recorded for later on if people cannot get their own time, but there will be at different times, and you can have all the information you need on this course on this page. So I will be posting that link on our conversation. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us on this little episode and to be able to tell us a little bit more about yourself and about this course. Is there anything else that you would like to leave with our viewers before we go?
I just want to say if you, Felipe, or anybody listening happens to care about a flower or a creature, an animal in your backyard, or a particular tree, or even your house plant, this is a course for you.
I love that. I love that. Awesome. Thank you. So again, my dear friends, thank you for joining us. You will be having all the different links on our comments section and also in our link tree for our Instagram page. Thank you, everyone. Once again, thanks, Jennifer, for joining us, and we'll be seeing you next week.
Thanks.